Have you been considering moving here to 30A and wondering what the pros and the cons are of living here? Well, I got a special treat for you today. I'm actually over at one of the newer constructions homes in Dune, Allen, part of 30A. This $4.5 million home that is currently listed on the market. We're gonna go through this home and also go through all the pros and cons that you need to know, whether you're looking to invest in this area or if you're looking to find a second home for yourself or actually move here. So we're gonna go through this home right now and we're gonna go through those pros and cons. So let's get to it. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. All right, as we go through this home, we're gonna stop and kind of take a look at some of these features and also go through all the pros and cons that you need to know. So make sure you stay all the way to the end, because some of these pros and some of these cons, they might actually surprise you. Let's go ahead and first walk through this property here. Again, this is a newer build here, built in 2004. That's right, I have to have a cheat sheet. There's so much going on. We're exploring over 5,000 square feet. That is heated and cooled, not to include the decks and everything else going out there that we're going to see here today. Also note that you know you're in a big house when it's got an elevator here for you, so good stuff going on there. So let's flip this around. I'm just gonna preview the house a little bit as we go. So the first con that we're gonna look at is traffic, right? Traffic, especially in the summer and the park season, can be a bit rough when you are coming to either stay here or to live here. Now, that doesn't mean that 30A traffic gets heavy necessarily, at least not the scenic part of it. If you're actually by seaside and those specific places, yes, it can get a little bit rough out there and it can slow down, but it's not the gridlock that we're looking at. Most of the traffic that you're gonna find when we're in that season is going to be off of Highway 98. Now they are working to expand it so it's a little bit wider. They've been doing it for years and it's finally working its way through, and we're super excited to finally see that. But just know that that is going to be an issue, and there's really only one road and it does get backed up for 30A. Obviously Route 30A and all the different beach towns throughout here is what we're concentrating on, all the way from Dune, Allen, which is where we are right now in this home, all the way down to Inlet Beach or Rosemary Beach. Okay, so let's take a look around on the first floor here. I know we've been talking, but this is what you'd think be, oh, Tim, this is the kitchen. Well, this is one of at least two kitchens that we're gonna find out here. A really beautiful place in here. We've got, looks like an inactive ice machine down there. Stainless steel, these awesome farmhouse sinks. I like these more. If you've watched my videos, I'm a big fan of those versus versus the dual sinks, only because it's easier to clean. Everything you're gonna see around this house, like all the details throughout here, the crown molding, the backsplash, the textures on the wall, like it's all done beautifully all throughout this home. And of course, you're gonna get all the drawers to be your soft close drawers. And of course, take a look outside here. Just gorgeous, right? So I'm gonna show you a little bit more about this house and then we'll move on to con number 2. But you see we have our half bath. This has access out here to the pool. And we also have your laundry room. You see that we actually have footboard lighting in here, as well as another big sink and plenty of storage, plenty of space for our washer and dryer. Now these are tall ceilings. We're talking 12, maybe 15 foot ceilings. It's got that crown across, just really, really nice throughout this home. Now one thing to note too is that you do have a big old garage. Of course, this is a vacation rental, so if you're looking for that. And of course, it comes with the golf cart. That's right. It just wouldn't be a luxurious 30A experience without having a golf cart. just isn't. So lots of space in this place, as you might imagine, for the price tag that I just told you. But good news is it's got the elevator, so not have to worry about all the floors. It's got all the perks that you could possibly want. So let's go ahead and head outside here, and we'll go into con number 2. All right. It's gonna get noisy. You ready? I'm not ready. All right. That's because every time you go out here, you don't want the kids coming out here and actually coming out without your knowledge and then jumping in the pool, and bad things can happen. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna be talking about here as we get close to the pool. Oh yeah, look at that. So down here we got a swim up bar. You see you've got the different, the table, the bar down there, as well as a bunch of chairs. And then we have swim ups that you can get up there too. So pretty cool. Obviously they've done a really good job with this. All right, so going into con number 2 is we're talking about the higher average home price. Yeah, Tim, you're in a $4 million home. I get it, right? But what are these prices? Like, I know this is quite a bit of money. What can you actually get in for? So Santa Rosa Beach overall, we're talking about the area south of 98. So we're the 30A area, right? In that 30A area, we are looking at a median price about 1.5. Again, that is all the different areas between Dune, where we are now, all the way out to Rosemary Beach and Inlet Beach. Now, the high that has sold over the past year or so has been about 14 mil, and the low is about 375,000. Now, know that this, again, is all south of 98, and I believe that 375 was it was a single family home. I don't remember it. However, you want to talk about waterfront property, okay? So if you have waterfront property, obviously that's going to be a different bracket. The median for that's going to be 2.4 million, okay? That's a high all the way up to 18 million here in the last year. And no, it's been a tougher market, so it could have been lower than what an average is. And if you're looking for a condo, because it's really the lowest one you're going to be going for, it's going to be around 700,000 to be able to get a new condo at the lowest possible price, being right there on the Gulf. So know that it is higher, but again, this market itself is actually second home luxury, as you can see around us. And it's just different. So if you need somebody, matter of fact, if you are thinking about investing or moving here and you need somebody that actually knows that, knows the market, again, reach out to me, reach out to my team here. I'd be happy to have a one-on-one with you, video call, whatever we need to get that going. All right, back to the content. Let's look around at this area here. So in this home, they've got a lot of different sitting areas. This is the first floor of that. You do see that they've put in a barbecue area too, nice sitting area, very serene. Of course, you got these big old fans in here to beat the summer heat. And of course, we've got that white contrast all throughout here. I want to show you a little bit more. I know you were looking over my shoulder there, but again, you can see it's got the bar top here with plenty of chairs. And you can see inside there, it's got the swim up bar chairs as well. So it's really nice that we have that ice machine inside there to get some delicious drinks going and to really enjoy this area. And we're gonna go all the way up there to that bird's nest and enjoy that. But let's go ahead and head back inside. So heading down our long hallway here. We're gonna get set up once we get back in there. I just wanna show you some of the bedrooms. And of course, this is what you get, these dual vanities, these custom showers. Now, if you're like, man, Tim, this looks pretty good, wait until we go see some others. Like you can see that we've got the double shower heads, everything else in here. Try not to go too fast for you guys. But there's just so much to see. So much to see. All right. Again, kind of the same style all throughout here. There's so many details. You know, when you get to this price range, matter of fact, almost all in 30A, you know, you're paying over $1 million for these. Details, it really matters the details in these homes. It really does. So let's keep going. Again, here's the mudroom area. We're gonna head on out. Now, also, if you ever see any of these inside here, those are your owner closets. So if you are looking to get something to stay in sometimes and rent out the rest, You don't want to lug all your stuff back and forth all the time. That's a good place. Like almost all of those are going to have those here. And the good news too, if you are doing that and you haven't purchased in Florida before, me being a realtor in several other states as well, most of them you can't include personal property into real property. If you don't know what that means, it means that we can have a real estate contract and say, hey, I want all the furniture, and actually keep that included. Here in Florida, you can do that. So that's pretty interesting. So a lot of these homes will be sold with the majority, if not all, of the different furniture in there. So you can add that into the contract. Again, it's always good to know somebody that knows that. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. All right, so let's go back into the home since we have got up here and just showing you the different sitting rooms that you've got. Really beautiful in here. Just one more. So in a house like this, it's always nice to have the extra space. You can close off these French doors behind me and kind of have your own spot, especially if you've got multi-generations of family with you and there's a half bath, right? It's just nice to have that separation. So we're gonna show you the kitchen here in a moment, but let's go over to con number 3. There's our kitchen. We'll go into this in a sec, okay? Is going to be the tourist crowds. They can be overwhelming at some point. If you've been here, you may have been part of the overwhelming crowd. No worries there, okay? We all love you. I come here to vacation too, from in Fort Walton, Destin, so I get it. But our spring and summer swells, that's the biggest part. You know, when kids are out of school, of course, we have our spring weddings, our fall weddings, all those things really stack up around here. And of course, the summer, everybody wants to come down here and enjoy it. But there are gonna be a little bit more packed beaches. The wait times are gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be noisier in the places that are noisy, right? You're gonna go down to Seaside, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see a lot more in the fall time down in Alice. You're gonna see, because of all the different festivals and things going on, some of the beaches are gonna have a lot more. Now they did restrict some of those now. Even down in Seaside, there's actually a gate that you had to go to get down there. But if you're in a place like Dune, there's no gate to get there. Or if you go down to Inlet, again, there's no gate to get down to most of those beaches. So you are gonna be sharing it with all your favorite friends from around the area. But just know that those are just seasonal swells. That's going to be good if you are renting this out because you're gonna be able to get the most money during that time. But it is going to affect your driving. It's going to affect service at restaurants and places that you like to go here and access to things that you guys like. Now, depending upon what neighborhood you end up in, if you're in Alice and you have, in Alice Beach rather, if you're going to have club access and things like that, it's going to be a bit less, but again, you're going to be paying for it, right? So it's all part of the lifestyle that you want to have here. Just know if you want more information when it comes to 30A, if you want insights from a local that's in here all the time, again, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out. Call, text, whatever. I'll help you here. We'll jump on a phone call. All right, so let's roll around here before we get into the pros. I want to show you this kitchen. All right, so first things first, this entire wall has put in custom stone with mortar, right? And of course, they've put this nice hood over the top that matches just perfectly on top of this quartz countertop. Now, this is a big double oven. You're gonna see a lot of these that were in 2024. This has been a very popular type oven. It's the double one on top with the gas range, plenty of eyes on here to cook. And then of course, you know, you're gonna be coming over here to this huge fridge. Oh, I love these. Just so much room. This is just one side of it, right? So you got the freezer and then you got your regular fridge over here too. Just so much, the chef style fridge. I want that much room. My wife would hate it if I had that much room because we would have all that food in there. Going back here, this is really spread out as well. You can see everything in here is stainless steel. You've got 2 dishwashers on this side. You've got that big sink in here again. I love the farmhouse sink and that huge slab of quartz on here. And just plenty of place. I just love how they've been able to decorate it in here too and make it functional still at the same time. Just the lighting throughout the home. the under cabinet, baseboard lighting. And then of course we've got the back part of the kitchen too, the prep area, right? This turned into, looks like a coffee bar. And of course you do have your wine fridge. Big fan of this. Love me some wine as well. Just a huge pantry. That's basically what we've got here. But I think the lighting really, really makes it. I don't know. If you guys think so too, throw it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. All right. So not only do you have that, but you do have your own bar area here. So if you're like, Tim, why isn't there a ice machine? Well, it's because they've moved it over here. And of course you have the bar sink. I would imagine if this was lived in, if this was your second home, you could have all the delicious liqueurs up there, bottles of wine, as well as in your secondary wine fridge as well. All right. Nice living area in here too. So let's go ahead and step outside. I just want to show you this and we'll start moving on to our pros. And it's gonna get a little noisy again. Nope, okay. Surprise! All right. So just to give you an idea, this was the second floor, again for entertaining. Done a great job with this. I love the de-stressed wood look. All right. So let's go into pro number one. The one thing that you cannot deny here is just the unmatched natural beauty of this place, right? The homes itself are a piece of art most of the time. The white sand beaches that you have, the coastal dunes that we're gonna have, the emerald colored waters. Yes, the beaches do look like that. Not all the time, but most of the time. And of course you have the iconic scenic drive, the 38, what this whole place is named for. It's got all the walkways from all the way here in Dune Allen down to Inlet Beach. If you like to run, you like to bike, or just want to jump on your golf cart and go, you have access to all of this. Just a quick jump in and be able to get down there. It's all golf cart accessible, providing that you're on the south side of 98, okay? You got to drive across 98, it's not going to be allowed. But in these places too, you have paddleboarding, you've got biking, you've got, you know, all sorts of different things in here. One of the people that weren't from here, now I'm not from here, I'm originally from New York, so don't hold that against me. It was the Air Force that brought me here, okay? When I came here, they were saying that the biggest thing, takeaway, especially here in 30A, was the fact that you have all this foliage, right? And you don't have the big condo units towering over everything. And actually I have a special treat, so if you stuck with me this long, up here on the bird's nest of this home, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, where it looks like you just have this flush forest that just meets white sand. And it's so beautiful. And the fact that you have these types of homes here, it truly is unmatched beauty out here. It's fantastic. So that's number one. So before we get into number two, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the home in here on this floor, and we'll go up to the next floor and get into it. Oh, that's a heavy door. All right, and here's one of the masters. I didn't want to gyp you on this either with this nice blue accent wall here. And here's the cool thing. This is what I wanted you to see. Not only do you have the triple mirror setup, dual vanities, and your own place here, I'm gonna flip this around because look at this. This is its own spa area, okay? I would like to say that this is the most impressive one, but wait until we go upstairs. All right, so you got the dual shower heads, you've got the soaking tub. This is all in its enclosed own space. There's just so much room in here. It just feels so open. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, just getting another look here. I really don't know if you can match what it feels like to be in here, but it is gorgeous. All right. So we're gonna head on up here. I know I had the camera turned on me last time, so I want you to see just how the stairs are set up, how you have windows, they're offset going up here. Really adds to the uniqueness of this home. Okay, all right, so we get to the next floor here. All right, this is the top floor. Interestingly enough, we have their own sitting room. All right, let's walk in here. So these are the barn door setups to be able to get in here. And they really made this place nice. See, if you want to get away from any aspect of the family while you're on vacation, you have the option to do so. If you like to read like I do, what a great place to go sit in there and be able to do that. This is super cool too. We've got the bunk beds. These are actually big bunk beds. These are queen bunk beds. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's pretty amazing. And of course the custom stairs. And the bathroom in here, clearly made for kids or adults, you know, with child in their heart. All right. I'll show you the rest here, but I want to get back to the pros and cons going through this. So the other part is just having those just charming beachfront communities all throughout this area. And I know I've mentioned a lot of them before. We're talking Seaside, right? Seaside was the area where the Truman Show was, if you're old enough to know that, but the Truman Show was shot. You have Watercolors, which is right next to it with all the boutique shops and everything else, and beautiful park and places to go hike. Rosemary Beach is like being in some place in Europe, right? It's got that same sort of design. It kind of reminded me of being in Germany a little bit. Then, of course, Grayton Beach is its own community in itself. If hippie met, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but somebody called it crunchy. All right, either way. If you had that kind of meet the luxury community, that place is exactly where it is. They have like little sayings and everything down there, but the big part about Grayton Beach, of course you have Grayton Beach State Park, but the actual beach down there is one of the most beautiful ones in this area. It's one of my favorite ones to go to. The vibe is good, the beach is good. You can, if you have the permit, you can go down there with your vehicles to get closer. Like it's really, really great to be able to do that. It's every single one of these towns has this unique little vibe. Sometimes my wife and I will get a couple of bicycles and we'll just go up and down. It'll take several days sometimes to meet each one. Obviously, we'd meet somewhere in Seaside and like go one way or the other, but there's just so much to do. You've got the boutique shops, you've got the local farmers markets throughout there, and it's just bike friendly as well. If you don't want to do that, you can do golf cart as well, but I don't know. I like the fitness aspect of it too. All right, so let's look this around. So this is another master, and with its outside balcony, that's the top balcony. We're gonna go out there and check that out. Really lovely furniture. Again, guys, if you're looking for something like this and you like this uniqueness and there's something specific you're looking for, again, give me a call or text. Love to discuss what that could look like for you, especially if you're looking for an investment, second home, or primary. Okay, so going into the master bath in here, you can see it's really unique. I love what they were doing in here as well. Like I said, this home is almost like a piece of art going through, and a lot of these are, as far as you look inside here. Now, it isn't as big as the spa area that we saw earlier, but it has its own uniqueness. Same sort of soak tub, same area. We've got the dual showers. Now they're just angled. Really nice. Of course, you have walk-in closets. I don't think that I showed you this before. Almost every single one of these is going to have its own cutouts. It's all in the details. Okay. As we go into our next one, okay, this is another master bath. These have the bigger closets in here, right, with their own cutouts. And this one isn't quite as crazy, but it does have its dual shower heads and a nice custom bench seat in here. You've got your dual vanities. And of course, you've got the view inside here, which is pretty incredible. But let's go to our next our next pro, which I was just talking about amenities. So let's talk about amenities, right? Depending upon where you're gonna go, you're always gonna be able to find some fine dining. Some of the best dining out here, I love it. The wine bars, again, I told you I'm a big fan of wine. Reds mostly, okay. Unless you get some good whites from Europe, I'm game for that. You know, whatever, I'm particular. When it comes to art, there's a lot of art galleries in here. You're not gonna find a whole ton anywhere else outside of this community if you're really into the art community. There's really not too much, but here there's plenty that comes in. And there's also live music. Most of the time you're gonna be able to go out, especially during the season. There's gonna be live music at some of the bars, some of the public areas, amphitheaters, especially down in Seaside. There's a couple of different ones throughout this area. There's always stuff to do. Now, there are master plan communities with pools, fitness centers, and of course, beach access, depending upon where you're gonna go. Again, if you wanna know a list of those, reach out to me. I'm happy to give those to you. And it just really depends on the vibe and everything that you're going for, what's important to you. Now, most of these are gonna be gated communities, and I just shot another video today. Yeah, breaking the fourth wall, Tim. But yes, I shot another video here today in one of those planned communities out there in Gulf Place. And people were very tight-knit. They were wondering what the heck I was doing there. I was like, I'm promoting this home. But anyway, just letting you know that everybody's there to kind of protect their own. And it was just gorgeous. It had a great pool, had a spa attached to it as well. There was just so much there. And of course, you're gonna get high-end real estate options. You've got the short-term rental options. Most of the places are gonna get those unless you go into a community that doesn't allow that. Of course, you're gonna be paying for that. Typically, what I've been seeing though, is in most of those master plans that don't have short-term rentals, is sometimes less money that you're gonna spend for similar types of products. So it's really, really nice to be able to have that. But this one in particular, you can actually see the Gulf here, but we're gonna get a better shot of that here soon. This one does allow that short-term rentals, which is really nice too, because you just may want this beach home for a place for you and your family to come around every once in a while and maybe offset the cost, right, while you're not living in it. Okay, so we're gonna step outside here. We're gonna start looking at this top balcony. So again, we're starting to get a little bit higher up here and we can start to actually see the Gulf. See, and we can start to see that through the trees. We're actually on an impressive 40 feet. Yeah, 40 feet is impressive here in Florida. Sand dune, this is where this was actually placed, and you can start to see around here. You don't have to be Gulf front and pay those prices to still get those. So that also brings me as well to the next point that I wanted to make, which is the next pro, which is outdoor activities, right? So some of the outdoor activities that you're gonna get here, your minutes really from a lot of boating. We have world-class boating out here, especially if you're gonna be over and getting into Choctaw Bay, but you're minutes away from Boggy Bayou, that Rocky Bayou, Turkey Creek, all those different places out there if you wanna do some boating and fishing. Now, if that's not your style and you want to more get out into the Gulf or get on some of these coastal dune lakes, all that stuff is there as well. You still have world-class boating, fishing, especially deep sea fishing. The paddle boarding, I've always out there on the coastal dune lakes, especially here in Dune Allen where I always see those, or just outside of Watercolor. Jet skis, just short-term rental opportunities abound. It's just part of the lifestyle. Right, it's just part of the lifestyle that you're going to get coming out here. And depending upon what community you want to be in, you're gonna love it. Okay, so before I get to my last pro, again, I just want you to see this view, it's just incredible. We're gonna go up these stairs and we're gonna go up to the bird nest here. Now, if you were scared of heights, you may not wanna go do this, but I used to be in the Air Force, used to fly for a living. So I'm good, I got this for you. All right, So here we are, we're at the very top of the house, as you can see over here. We're higher than the highest elevation of the house. And let's just look at this view. Just gorgeous. Okay. So the last pro that I wanted to give you, right, is going to be talking about that laid back, wellness-oriented lifestyle. And what that means is that there's a lot of health food stores that are in here. You have fitness studios, you have beach boot camps. You've got all these different things in for you for fitness. I'm big into fitness myself, so I can really appreciate everything to keep your mind and your body right where it needs to be and keep it healthy. This entire area as well is going to be safe. You've got it being scenic, it's supportive, you've got all of that right here. And you have an active outdoor living year round, right? You want to go golfing, you want to go biking, you want to do anything. You're here, you want to run a half marathon, we've got the Seaside Half Marathon. All that stuff is here for you when you want to go out and do it. And of course, this is very community focused. Like there's a lot of events and everything for the communities. They've got the wine walks, the farmers markets that I mentioned earlier. There's so many different things out here to support you, your family. Even though you think coming here is it's all second home, it's vacation rentals, that's not necessarily the case. There's plenty of people that live out here full-time or at least part-time, and there's plenty of things to do for everybody here. So if you want to be part of this community, even if it's part-time, you want to rent this out, you want to have views like this and be able to visit this and just get a piece of paradise, this is definitely the place to go. So once again, I'm just going to flip this around one last time so you guys can get a good view of it. Okay, so if you liked this home and you're considering moving to here, maybe this one's a little bit much for you and you're looking for something specific, guys, feel free to reach out to me. We've helped plenty of people either find that second home that they're going to be going into, something they're going to stay in sometimes, rent it out the rest, or move here. We've helped tons of people with the relocation process. Even if it's not here in 30A, maybe it's just not the right feel, maybe it's a little too pricey and you want to find anything here on the Emerald Coast, please give myself a call. I'd hate for you not to have all the information and have the right guidance before you get out there. If you want to know more about everything here 30A or anything here on the Emerald Coast, we have tons of videos coming up here. Please check them out. We have more home tours, we've got more pros and cons, we've got map videos, we've got everything that you need to know to make sure, is this going to be the place? And of course, guys, give me a call, give me a text if you are ready to at least ask the question or maybe get that ball rolling. So if you do want to go check it out, we have more videos coming up here. Don't leave yet. Go ahead and check these out. They'll be coming here, here, or here. It depends on what YouTube's going to give us. So maybe this one, this one. Thanks.